dressed her up for Halloween in a kick-ass outfit, and I wore her on the front.
That is ridiculous. You were saying the other day that one of y'all's is almost around the same age that I was when I auditioned for the movie, right?
Yeah, my Wilder's almost she'll be 10 in July, so yeah, very similar sort of age. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know.
You start to realize how young that is when you're around.
Absolutely. I know, it's crazy. I was thinking though, as you're putting this together, I reckon I have some posters. I think I still have some posters and T-shirts and things like that maybe I thought maybe we could I don't know, try if anyone wants to maybe do a competition or something, and we'll sign some stuff, and we'll send it. Maybe we could do something like I don't know, like a TikTok dance thing or something. Like maybe you have to dress up as Kick-Ass and Hit Girl, Red Mist. Like, what about the
that'd be cute.
The Niles Barkley crazy dance in the car with Kick-Ass and Red Mist? If there's anyone wants to do that
and kind of replicate it, and then try and win some like memorabilia.
Yeah, interpret that scene, and maybe you can, you know, Hit Girl can pop up and you can do a little dance or something like that, and we'll send you a bunch of gear or something, and we'll post it on the thing.
We should figure out how to go about making that happen and kind of set something up for people.
I will find some gear, and maybe we can post it and see who wants to send in some videos, and then we can post them or something, and then we'll send it off to them.
Yeah. Did you do much training for the role? Did you kind of because I know
no, I think it was the opposite. I think that's just to
look a little
complete opposite. Yeah.
So you just kind of flailed.
I got to train obviously a bit for Kick-Ass too, but
yeah,
I always find that kind of really hard, just because it's that thing where you want to keep the character as someone who's familiar, and you know, Dave Lazowski or Lazowski, I can't remember his name, was this ordinary kid who wanted to be a superhero, and yet so it's really hard to kind of blend what that was. I think I had struggled trying to figure out how to have him kind of grow into that character without it being too I don't know. But it was good to be able to do. I think there's one here that says about, here's this one: were there any stunts that you wanted to do yourself that the studio made you use a stunt person for? I think we pretty much got to do as much. I mean, every stunt coordinator and stunt unit director are always, if they can use the actor and the actor's willing to put in the time and effort and do it, then the best thing is you're the one doing it, because the camera angles are better. But if you can't, then there's stunt doubles, and if it's too crazy, obviously, and it's a height thing, or you know, and you got to have a harness and this and that, they'll probably use a stunt guy. But Chloe did pretty much, I would say, every single stunt she'd done, you know, it was all Chloe. And then obviously on the first one I didn't do anything, and then the second one I got a chance to pretty much do it all. I mean, you kind of want to, because it's always that dream, isn't it, as an actor? You kind of go, oh man, I want to be the one doing that. Actually, the first Kick-Ass, I think there's that jetpack sequence, and we fly up, and that's
we were all together.
But we're all in, like, you know, we're all in harnesses and things like that. But obviously those are stunts, and
that was
they
a
still need to be
painful
technical
sequence.
Yeah.
Because the harnesses, we sat there in those harnesses for minutes at a time, just kind of hanging there in midair with the air on us, pretending we were on a jetpack. Remember?
I can't remember anything, Chloe. I'm barely,
we like hung there.
When you have as many kids as I do, I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning, honey. But yeah, I remember stuff. But you know, I remember being incredibly impressed by Chloe. She, like, her professionalism, and I'm not just saying this because we're on here, but you know, 11 years old, she was one of the extremely mature for her age, and she was extremely professional, and it was very apparent right there that that we all knew that she was going to have a stellar career the way that you have, and it's beautiful to see. But I also think Matthew Vaughn is someone who's has always been really influential in really picking out and finding those kind of new talents and stuff.
Yeah.
Like with, I'm very fortunate and lucky for him to have thrown me into this, and then I think finding Chloe. I also think for Karen Edgerton in Kingsman. I think for the next Kingsman you'll see as well. He's just someone who's really interested in establishing new talents and stuff like that. I mean, how was the casting process for you? Because when I came into the casting, I think I was one of the last people to be cast, and I remember having to do a screen test with Chloe, with Chris, Clark Duke, and it was tough. I came in, I was like, oh, I got these. I didn't realize, I was going to read with a bunch of actors and play out these scenes, and I only had the scenes the night before, and it was a life-changing moment. It really was for me at that time, because I had, how old was I? Probably 17, 18, I guess. I had moved to Los Angeles, and to continue acting, and I'd been there for 3 months, and I'd been going to audition, door to door, and I was about to leave that day, and I was about to
really?
To the end of it, really.
Wow.
And so I was heading to the airport the day before when I met Matthew.
That's crazy.
And he said, turn around and come back tomorrow and do a screen test. So I then, after that screen test, I went straight to the airport. But then he gave me the job the next day. So it was one of those poignant sort of turning moments. How was it for you?
That's that was kind of the interesting thing about Matthew is also, even with like the casting process, he just kind of takes his own lead with it. There was another girl, I think, that he was about to cast, or had almost cast for the character, and I kind of got a last minute audition, and I came in. I think again I got like the sides, I think, really quickly. I think it was like the day before or so, like that. And I, prepared it as best that I could, and I came in, and I met him, and it just kind of all worked. And then we found out, I think it was like a day or two later, that he wanted me to be a part of it. I might have read again. I don't quite remember all the intricacies of it, but it was kind of a crazy process, because it was like almost a sure bet that I wasn't going to get it, because it was almost cast already. And then he gave it to me, and I mean, he, continued for years, and still does, checking in and continuing to like give advice. And he's just he's kind of like a hands-on person in general. He's not just like a director, you know what I mean? He's somebody who wants to be a part of the lives of the people that he casts, and to kind of continue that. And he's the funniest. He's such an interesting guy. It's crazy to me that his kids are so much older now, and they're functioning teenagers.
He said on the phone, he goes, I was looking at them, and they were, they're my babies at the time. So
Clemmy was tiny. I remember Clemmy was like, when I first met her, I mean, she was like a little tot.
I know.
Wild.
What was it like when did you know it was going to be Nick Cage, or did you, what point did you find out? And when you met him, what was the experience like working with Nicolas Cage and him playing your father? Must have been like,
he's
badass.
Like one of the coolest actors ever. I mean, I was always like Raising Arizona was such a cool movie, and I kind of weirdly enough loved that movie when I was younger. And so I was super excited to meet him, and I think I found out, I think we found out like before we got to London and everything, that he was going to be a part of it, or at least they were trying to get him to be a part of it. And then he really responded to the character and the script. And then when we started kind of doing some rehearsals and getting together, it was just so off the wall, because in the beginning he didn't kind of show any of his Adam West almost kind of impression with the character. And then all of a sudden we got on set and he just started throwing these things in. And it just kind of, you know, it just shows what a smart actor he is, because he built so much into a character that I think, you know, made Big Daddy so special. And that their relationship was so twisted, but also so beautiful in a way that you really cared for their father-daughter relationship, no matter how dark it was at times.
I remember I remember one of the rehearsals. I can't remember where Nick was talking to Matthew about doing a bit of the Adam West thing, and I remember we did like a reading or something, and he started like breaking it up in the Adam West way, and I remember thinking,
wow,
how crazy and how wild and how brave, that you're gonna like, brave. I don't know, that thing where you get really nervous, and I think as an actor, it told me a lot. It told me a lot about not playing safe. Like, there are lines on the script that you could just deliver and play it safe. And I feel like Nick Cage is such a seasoned actor that he will never play it safe. Like, he's gonna experiment as much as possible, and you know, maybe 5 times out of 10 it doesn't pull off and doesn't work, but the other 5 are going to be iconic, brilliant moments. And I think for me at that age, watching Nick take that role well off the page and building something was like, oh, that's real acting right there. That's in the world of Gary Oldman, and Daniel Day-Lewis, and many others who can it takes it to a whole other dimension. So that was impressive, even if it is in comedy as well, right? It had a lot of comedy. It doesn't have to be drama, but it was that was really cool. That was really, really cool.
Did you find it fun to kind of jump and do another like an actual superhero film after playing a kind of fake, you know, wannabe superhero, then going and actually being super badass and being super cool? Was it kind of fun to be powerful?
I think there was like definitely a feeling of being able to do something I hadn't done, I suppose. I don't really you know, I still have to look at it as a character in its own, and I guess ultimately that character really never got its opportunity to even get the costume. So in that sense, it was a lot of fun to play something different and play a sort of a character that had a superpower rather than and it kind of the irony of it, I guess, was kind of interesting, you know. How about you?
Did you have to like
real superhero? I feel like I'm sure they've been knocking at your door every which way. I think what would be awesome would actually be like a Hit Girl, you know, like limited movie series or something. You know, I'm sure that would be insane.
And adult,
Matthew, if you're still watching, that's what you got to be doing.
To kind of show like the real Hit Girl and what she would be as an adult. I mean, I feel like she would be pretty twisted and pretty dark. And you could do some kind of interesting stuff with her.
As a kid, so you know.
She was already pretty twisted as a kid, so that's cool.
Maybe she's the opposite. Maybe she's like an accountant who works in like a
social worker.
Maybe she's giving it all up.
Yeah, she's like a really sweet.
She's just a very normal
kindergarten person.
She wants to settle down. See, look, there's your act 1.
Exactly.
She wants to settle down. She wants a real boyfriend, normal person, doesn't want to deal with it anymore.
She's got like 2 kids.
Then Dave Lazuski ends up knocking on the door. And he gives her a stupid plan. And that's it. She goes back to the cupboard. And behind the cupboard is the costume, the girl costume. There it is. She stares at it for a while.
It's tiny.
She then
It's
puts
like
it
an
away again and
11-year-old
says,
costume.
no, it's not for me. It's not for me. Rolls around and someone has her back. It takes her boyfriend. And she's like, no, you don't mess with my boyfriend.
With me.
And she goes back. She puts the outfit on and it doesn't fit anymore. Because it's just not.
It's child
grown out of it. It just doesn't fit.
Yeah.
And it looks really weird. And it's like here. And you're like, oh
yeah,
no.
she's like.
And then you're like, oh. And then you have to remake your own one. Cut in montage.
Out of bed sheets.
Lots of montage making it. And it's like And then she's out on town.
Yeah.
There you go. There's that one.
And she doesn't know how to fight
Go straight into Act 2. Have you, we'll wrap this up, but have you, just real quick, for anybody out there who's just thinking of things to do, what have you been doing that's like, have you been cooking a lot? Have you been doing things? Have you been watching? We've been doing this thing, Ryan Heffington, the dance choreographer for the Sea videos. He does like a live
like dance
class. Yeah. Oh, it's a lot of fun. We do it with the kids. It's so much fun.
Oh, that's so fun.
That's a lot of fun to do.
That's fun. Yeah, I've been cooking a ton. I've been really lucky that we have such good farms around LA, so I've been able to kind of order direct from farms and get all
That's really good.
my produce that way. That way we don't go to the store.
Yeah.
And we've just been kind of like messing around, been baking bread from scratch. Our friend Rachel gave me her sourdough starter, so I'm going to make sourdough.
Got a sourdough starter. We got a sourdough starter.
Yeah,
I was 45 years old. How old's yours?
Mine's not so old. Mine is probably about a month.
Right. We'll compare sourdough bread.
I'll send you sourdough, and you can send me one.
Yeah. We should do a live sourdough bake-off.
Okay.
No,
honestly,
this is it for me. I'm done. I'm leaving again. I'll be back
next week, we're also going to do... Okay, cool.
I will. I'm contemplating just shutting it all down again. Maybe I'll hold it up for a little bit longer.
I know this means a lot to everyone that you like kind of came out of the show.
Don't know. I just just come up and say, Aaron, you're making me tired. So there's like lots of Z's. Like, oh my god.
Oh my god, stop. I'm actually dead.
Yeah. So I guess I better leave and better go.
Thank you for doing this.
Happy 10th. Thanks, Chloe. Thanks for arranging this and putting it together. I think it's a really cool, really smart thing to do. And happy 10th anniversary for Kick-Ass. Matthew, hope you're still watching. Thank you for putting this all together, making this crew happen. All right. Thanks,
10 years and we don't hate each other yet.
No. Wait till Kick-Ass 3. We'll see.
Uh-oh, ... You really left everyone on a cliffhanger now.
All right. Lots of love, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for having me on. Take care. Bye, huh?
Thank you guys for joining us during this time. It's been kind of fun over the past few days figuring out Instagram Live, and I know that it meant a lot that you guys asked so many great questions, and that you keep supporting our movie after all these years. It was kind of the little train that could. Matthew championed this movie on his own dime. No one would pick up the project. And then, once we made the movie, everyone was really in love with it and they supported it, and we got it sold and it came out. So it means a lot that you guys have supported us for so many years. And yeah, thank you. Check it out. I'm on Friday with Chris. We're going to watch the movie at 12 noon with Mark Millar, who is the comic book creator. So we're going to watch the movie and live tweet it on Friday at 12 if you want to join us for that. So yeah, thank you guys again, and stay safe out there. Bye.